My federal firearms license is better than your federal firearms license. Or, what do those numbers really mean? This is Alan with Quarter Horse Arms, and this episode just going to do a brief overview of the different types of gun dealers, or FFLs. The majority of the gun dealers are what are called FFL 1s, or O1. This is your run-of-the-mill, everyday gun dealer. They can buy guns, they can sell guns. What they can't do is make guns. Can they do some gunsmithing a bit? Yeah. Can they repair stuff? Yeah, I suppose. Okay. The O2 FFL is a pawnbroker. So, are they like FFL ones? Yes, they are. But specifically, they're affiliated with pawn shops. And these guys actually get inspected a lot more often than anybody else. Because, of the likelihood of them receiving stolen firearms. I mean, think about this. Somebody, rips off a gun. I show up at a pawn shop because I need money. And here's one of my guns. They have no way to check it. The ATF, on the other hand, certainly does. And they will check those. Okay, so an O1 is a regular gun dealer. An O2 is a pawnbroker. Some of you might be familiar with an FFL 03. This is a collector of curios and relics. The O3s cannot buy guns with the intent to sell. This is strictly a collector's license, and the weapons have to be more than 50 years old. So who gets these? People that typically are collecting, military firearms or older military firearms. They're collecting antique firearms. So this just makes it easier for them so they don't have to go through a gun dealer. Okay. The other ones you're likely to see, I'm not going to worry too much about them because some of them are, they can manufacture ammunition. That's the only thing they can do. Some of them can import. The one or two I always thought were cool were the ones that let you manufacture destructive devices, so things that go boom. I mean, on the one hand, that could be cool. On the other hand, if you have a mistake, it has a tendency to be catastrophic, probably to you. The other one that you'll see a lot of, and these are 07s, which are manufacturers. So people like us at Quarter Horse Arms, we are an FFL 7, which makes us manufacturers. So we can build things. You bought all these cool parts, can't figure out how to put them together. We can do that for you. In fact, according to some of the most recent ATF stuff or policies, the other FFLs cannot do that. So anything involving manufacturing is an 07 FFL. Now, can we sell and buy guns just like the O1s? Absolutely. We just have a lot more stuff we can do. I think the license is actually a little more expensive, and we have some extra paperwork every year because of manufacturing. The government wants to know how many guns we put out into the marketplace that we manufactured. Okay, and then the last one, for those of you that are interested in Class 3 items, would be what's called an SOT, or Special Occupational Tax. This is the extra licensing that allows us to deal with Class 3 items like silencers or suppressors, short-barreled rifles, short-barreled shotguns, automatic weapons. So as an FFL 7 with the SOT, that Special Occupational Tax, we get to make cool toys. Well, I shouldn't call them toys. But we get to make things like machine guns. We can manufacture silencers. Now, keep in mind, all of these things, when we make something, we have to report it to the ATF. The only things that you would ever have to report as an individual would be if you make your own suppressor, or you make your own short-barreled rifle. So when you're making Class 3 items, you have to do a Form 1, pay a $200 tax stamp. So for my money, since Quarter Horse Arms already is them, the FFL 7 with the SOT gives us the greatest amount of latitude for making things. We still get to buy and sell stuff. I mean, you come in and say, hey, Alan, I'd like to get a Springfield Hellcat. I can do that. Or you say, hey, I would like you to build me an AR-15, and these are the things I would like to have in it. And, you know, the only reason you're doing that is because either you don't have the time or the inclination to build it. So those are the basic FFL numbers you're likely to encounter. And the SOT. Feel free to Google the other ones if you'd like. But the most common one is the FFL 1, and those of us at the top of the pile are the FFL 7s. Everyone else kind of falls in the middle there. All right, so any questions or comments, by all means, call or text 919-808-6480. You can email to info@quarterhorsearms.com. And the website is quarterhorsearms.com. This is Alan with Quarter Horse Arms in Snow Camp, North Carolina. You guys have a great day.